we've just come to pick the quad trike up because if you look, it's still slimy up here. So the 2 fields we work look really dry through this hedge, but that one's not so clever. So we'll fold up, move to Cronton where it's a bit drier because they never had rain yesterday in Cronton or the day before. Because here they've had a bit of rain for the last 2 days, and we'll work up some of that and then come back to here once it's dried a bit more. But yeah, even this is boggy, isn't it? It's took the rain, but it's still soft underneath. Just fold it up, make it a bit narrower down the road. Bit of soil and then wheels. Hope it's going to fall off in the field, not the road. Right, I'll put a ratchet strap around it, I think, and fasten it up. Don't trust the hydraulics. Off he goes. I've just been poking at the tracks and now all the mud's falling off. Bit of dust. Come to this field, a lot drier. There's obviously some wet patches around the gateway and some hollows, but hopefully dry on top to get a bit of traction, get it roughed up, get it to dry out. I'm going to move these canes. These canes are from when we did the trial with the drone, so we'll take them out now. Obviously nothing grew, which is the tide mark here where it's been flooded. Nothing grew from what we drilled conventionally. Well, it did, but the flea beetle ate it. So I'll take these out so they don't get dissed in. And then nothing grew from where we did with the drone as well. I think Morgan got lost, but I can hear him coming now. There he is. Some temporary traffic lights here and everyone's parking across the gateway. Is this car going to do the same thing? Then I'm going to realise. Oh well, never mind. I'm getting in anyway. Put shades on. See if he can roll it over as he pulls in. Does anyone else have one of these? Because this seems to, in a minute, it like clatters and proper jumps. See, is there any way of avoiding that? See what job it's going to do. He's going to go at ever so slight angle to how we've worked it in the past. Sinks it in there while the tractor's on dry land. Might get rid of some of that water. Oh, they might have to go a little bit deeper there, you know. Still quite wet underneath and sticky. It's not gone very deep here, you see, has it? You can get a narrower point and then we could sink it in more then. Definitely give us a tilth though. We're supposed to get 1.5 mil of rain at dinner time today. Now about 9:30, so hoping we don't get it, but I'll go round now, see how Rob's getting on, because he's flattening some ground off to drill this afternoon if the rain escapes us. It's like scattered clouds, so it could miss us. This field of the wheat looks a bit miserable. One on the horizon though looks all right, the far end of it, but where it's wet here, it's not clever at all. We have, it's hard to see, but we have stitched in some more. But what it'll look like at harvest is anyone's guess. I'm like that, whether to spray off this half the field and drill it with spring barley or not. This field was a bit of a wet mess. Anyway, we come on with the quad track with the top down, roughed it up. It's now baked and dried, a bit like ploughing really. Rob's down there now, flattening it off, getting a little poop. It's that there red helicopter. Where's it gone? The Coast Guard or something, I don't know. Yeah, Rob's flattening it off, giving us a bit more of a level surface. Hopefully this rain skips us. We'll get some spring barley in this afternoon. But he's down that end of the field now doing the short runs, and then he'll have to do the rest of it. Looks massive, this field on the camera, but it's only 44 acres. But it's proper long. That top down did a lovely job of loosening this up to let the water through, but there is still the odd boggy bit, so when we drill it we'll probably have to go round them so we don't get stuck. Just a shame this rain's due in a bit. Fingers crossed it misses us. Just look at this wheat here. John's putting a bit of fert on now. Looks hungry. It's got a few weeds in it. We've got some thistles and stuff, so we'll take them out. Just doesn't seem to be, it looks nice, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be romping away like it should. Especially now we're getting a little bit of heat. Well, we did have a frost last night, but we have had a bit of heat in the day. John's just folding out. He's going to put a bit of liquid on this field now. Hopefully it'll perk it up a bit. Probably needs a bit of manganese as well, to be honest. There's Sam heading back to the yard at Rainhill. Come to the Golden Arches, but they're delivering a container or something, so drive through shut. So you can, the girls there in a high vis saying, oh, order it on the app, put your collection point number, which are these little yellow signs, and they'll bring it to your car. You don't even have to, you can be that lazy, you don't even have to drive around the drive-through anymore. How mad's that? I didn't want to go in because I've got muddy boots, so I didn't want to make a mess of the floor, hence why we would go in the drive-through. Just come back to drop his dinner off. I think he'll do this 55 acres in 3 hours. Isn't bad going really then. Leave his dinner there for him. Hopefully he doesn't mulch it in. It's that time of year when everything turns up, fungicides, all sorts of different things. Weed control, so pallet off Spun Hill. I think there's another pallet off Cass coming as well, which is Hutchinson's. I'll lift it off now and put it in the chemical store. It's handy being able to load this chemical store up pallet with pallets. Used to have to take them all off the pallet, carrying in them, stack them on shelves. Because now we can bang them on here, and when we need them, just lift the pallet down, spray what we need, and put it back up again. This is a new fungicide from UPL, Thiopron. We're going to be doing some, well, we're going to be using a lot of it and then doing some trials on some fields with it as well. So, it's a lot of it. There's a lot of cereals to go out as well. They've just had a thing on Radio 2 about farming and flooding and everything. So Wardy's godson was on there, most flooded farmer in Britain. Gareth Wyn Jones was on there. And they had this guy on going, oh, you know, farming's getting enough subsidies. You know, we just don't need them. You know, all what they produce, some of it's wasted, and then the rest of it, you know, is used to feed animals. Well, hold on a second. I've just eaten a cheeseburger. Where do you think the cheese come from? That burger from the milk made by a cow that has to be fed. Where do you think the beef came from? A cow that has to be fed. Yeah, you can feed them on grass for some weeks of the year, but not all the year. You've got to feed them 365 days a year. The same as chicken. You can't leave chickens outside. What are they going to eat? They can't eat grass either. Well, they can graze a little bit, but you know, you need grains and things to feed animals through winter or just in normal times productively. So, you know, you leave a flock of chickens outside, the fox will eat a lot of them, so you've got to keep them in a shed, feed them corn. Absolutely bonkers that this guy just thinks that that we're growing stuff for nothing, and converting it into a meat calorie is far more beneficial than anything else. Then the other thing is, people then also go on about you can just grow lettuce and potatoes on the top of mountains. You can only grow grass, and we can't eat grass, so we have to convert it into a protein, so sheep meat, so in other words lamb. And the other thing is, some people think lamb is baby little lambs. It's not. The big ugly sheep, they don't know why we call it lamb. We don't call beef calves, do we? You know, or kitten that's cute. Just, oh, that guy, what an idiot. Gonna on the chain and strap this, take this off, ready to load up with seed and fertilizer. The other week we had a problem with the Steely Charger. Anyway, they got in touch and they've replaced it now. So this is it. It's red now, not black. So this was just bow wowing a minute ago. Let's see if it'll fire up now with the new starter on. Easy. Don't know if you can see on the windscreen. Maybe not. Maybe on the bonnet, starting spitting. John's scraping the trailer off with the digger before we unload it. Swapping tractors now. I'm going to put the 724 on that. Got the seed and the fert on. It's just smoother on the road than this because I'm going far. Don't want to be bouncing up and down. They're just not balanced, I don't reckon, John Deere's. But I'm going to take that around, put it on the low loader. Morgan's going to pull this out, top it up with seed and wash the windows. Because obviously it's been a bit sticky and wet when we've been spreading fertiliser. And every time we wash it, it gets worse. So it's like, you know, can you say this? It's like wearing a burqa, looking out of that, you can't see anything, look straight ahead. It's currently weeing down. So, we're back into the shed, waiting for it to dry off. If it will. If it carries on, we'll have to call it a day. Rain has well and truly set in now, so we're going to see if we can find the orange under this tractor and the windows. At least the rain's softened it a bit. Some people find mud coming off things like therapeutic to watch. There's actually whole videos on YouTube of people washing stuff. Rob's just arrived back. He's managed to rip up that 75 acres Morgan started, and then Morgan was going to swap and go drilling, but obviously it's rained. But it's been a good tool, that cultivator. I know it's raining now, but at least it's open now and it'll take the weather. It dries up the next few days, which it's supposed to. 5 days of dry weather. We should be able to get back out. What's it like on the road, Rob?
Yeah, big.
It was school traffic time as well, wasn't it?
I think I've upset a few people by holding them up, but it's what it is.
I don't think I've ever backed up with this drill before, but it's got a lot more vision behind than the last one because the tank's that bit slimmer, which is quite handy. I'm going to back it in the shed now because we're obviously not drilling today. Dad's just been saying then that yesterday the solar, I think 700 units of solar we produced yesterday off the solar panels. The last time it produced that much was last July. So basically we had more sun yesterday than we've had. The last time we had that much sun was July last year. It just shows you, doesn't it, how wet and miserable it's been. It's incredible, that, really. With it being a damp atmosphere, John's just guided me back now onto this drying floor. We'll put it right at the back where it gets a little bit of latent heat off the boiler, and then it's not going to be as damp an atmosphere for the fertiliser because it's hydroscopic. You hear it sucks moisture out the atmosphere. I've just said atmosphere loads of times, haven't I? But it'll stop it getting damp, basically. Just look into this gate. It's got a bend to it and it's been blowing in the wind, stopping on the post, but then the end of it's carried on. So we're just going to try and see if we can pull it back a bit now. So we'll put that against the middle. And oh yeah. Do that again, yeah, a bit more. Yeah, go on. Yeah, it's probably not too bad now. I've been inspecting it for damage, and then Rob went, "Oh no, it's the wind that's done it."
Yeah.
He did an electric sliding one, but we can't afford one.
When it was blowing about, wagons were coming in, and it was like here. Wagons were just driving through.
Still got a bit of a curve to it, but never mind. Good news, the Tractor's top trump cards are available on the website to buy without you having to buy any other merch. You can go on there, buy 1 or 2 packs for all your kids, and they will be the right batch number with the card of the 936 and me in. So yeah, check it out on the website, link below every video. Really quick birthday bump today, not many on. Chloe Clements is 31, James White is 10, Paul Bonnet I think is 42, Patrick Gallagher's 12, Michael Dando's 57, James White is 10, Johnny Radcliffe is 9 from the Isle of Man, and Ray and Valerie Grace, happy 16th wedding anniversary. And look, £64,998. The link is below every video if someone wants to round it up to 65,000. Happy birthday to everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday is. 65,000. It's actually, I don't know you noticed, you know what we were saying about we couldn't add gift aid to it because of the way I'd set it up. Anyway, the Air Ambulance spoke to Just Giving and said, can we change it so that we can add gift aid? We thought we'd have to shut the page down and start a new one. Well, we haven't. So for the last sort of 17 or 18 days, you've been able to add gift aid to it. And it's already up to nearly £370 in gift aid. So that's amazing. It's a shame we didn't have it from the very beginning for about 2 years, because that amount of 65,000 would probably be sort of like 80,000 maybe, or at least 75. Anyway, that's all for today. It's actually, we said we were going to get 1.5 mil. I reckon we're probably at 2 or 3 mil already. It's just started teaming down worse. So, yeah, I'm a bit fed up now. 70% today. Oh, yesterday's extreme close-up quiz question was, in fact, an indicator lens off a Merlot. So, here's today's. What do you think that is? Let us know in the comments. Just checked, and it's 2.9 mil we've had. So anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. You got it.